What the Angel Didn't Say by Lynn Unger. I notice that when the angel spoke to Mary, she got news that God was pleased with her and that she would bear a son destined for greatness, but no mention was made of torture and early death, and the way her heart would break completely and irrevocably. The angel told her not to be afraid, but didn't mention the need to take the baby and run from Herod, or even giving birth in a stable. If the heavenly being hinted at a future seated at the right hand of God, it never acknowledged how different that feels than having him seated at the family supper table and the ache of an empty chair. Maybe she knew and said yes anyway. Maybe the big ask is to open the door to suffering, which is the door marked love. Maybe the big ask is to open the door to suffering, which is the door marked love. Will it be worth it, she might have asked. Cut to Mary with a wailing 4-month-old. No crying he makes as if. To Joseph, nodding off at the woodworking shop after another sleepless night, eyes red and bleary. Cut to Seder a few years later. Watch them all tense up when Mary's mother, Anne, makes another veiled dig about Jesus' parentage. See how Joseph's hands clench under the table, how he bows his head and inhales a heavy breath. No need to repeat the harshest scenes. We all have family. We all know the story. We all know the story. It was just how ordinary the family was that made it such a miracle, how they made do while the mad world spun wildly around them, how they held a family together in anxious times with an unpredictable economy and self-serving political leaders, and how somehow they didn't let bitterness, resentment, numbness, or apathy get the better of them. Cut to Jesus studying the Torah with Joseph. Watch Joseph help his son learn to read, huddled over the desk by candlelight, stumbling through, sounding out, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. And Jesus asking, even cranky old Reuben next door who yells at us when we play too close to his garden, and the lines at Joseph's eyes crinkle as he holds back a smile. Yes, even old Reuben. Cut to Jesus storming into the house with tear-stained cheeks and Mary holding him while he cries, but refusing to tell her what happened with the other boys out in the market. Watch them transfigure anger and hurt in the kitchen together, how he rests his head against her arm from time to time as they measure and peel and chop together. You can fill in the rest of the scenes. We all know the story. You know what it is to create love out of ordinary life, to turn paper and string and carefully shaped wood or plastic or cloth into a tangible expression of a heart's deepest ache, to set the table and hope that the ritual meal will suffice to show it, that the elemental ingredients of celebration, the salty, sweet, fatty representatives of what can never be entirely tangible, will be enough to somehow convey what is felt among you. to craft together, or make the jigsaw puzzle piece by piece, or take a walk in the crisp December air. You know what it is to create love out of ordinary life. And if the angel had come to every one of our mothers, to every one of us before we were born, had given up the rosy platitudes, do not be afraid, you have favor with God, kingdom without end, yada, yada, had offered instead the brutal truth of how it would all go. The loneliness and the lost opportunities, the broken friendships and failed marriages, the illnesses and accidents, the stomach-churning atrocities of tyrants, all the brutal injustice, all the senseless violence of war. Wouldn't you still say yes? Yes to taking this ordinary life with all its suffering and somehow creating love out of it? Yes to toy trains and hot cocoa. Yes to squabbling over which movie to watch and in the end picking the same one you did last year. Yes to overdoing it with the presents again, even though you promised yourself you'd go simple this year. Yes to sending a few dollars for humanitarian relief to a faraway place to help faraway people you'll never meet. Yes to throwing yourself at another helpless cause, to working for political victories that may never come. Yes to try again to keep a plant alive, to bring home a new puppy, even though you know the heartbreak of losing a dear old companion. Yes to a new relationship, to a new home, to a new vocation, a new start. Yes, you were made for this. You are a miraculous occurrence of life's longing to create and witness and experience, to love. You are one more Redeemer. And this simple love, this banding together in the face of it all, the book that lets someone know you've been paying attention, the hat knit by hand, the ride from the airport, hanging that gaudy ornament that holds such precious memories, this simple love, these small and wondrous acts of humanness, these everyday messianic miracles. It's how the world is made whole again and again. Cut to the manger, all packed with cows and donkeys, ox and lamb, turtle dove and little mouse, with shepherds and angels and wise men and camels, with a newborn and his parents. We know the story. And an empire run amok is still out there beyond the stable walls. Cruelty and death await all those gathered round the baby, all those who would dare risk love. Yet this night in a drafty barn, they crown a little babe with their gifts and songs, weathered and weary faces, all softened with the glow of love made into flesh. This night, they know that they will be able to face their same old sheep in their same old fields, or the long ride home with the star at their back, that they will be able to face the everyday tasks of creating love out of ordinary life once more. And so it is that Christmas makes its promise to you. Not to end all suffering or that hardship will cease. Not that you'll get just what you want under the tree or that everyone will finally just get along. but that you will have what you need to create love out of ordinary life. That you will have the Messiah's gift to love one another in all our struggles, to love this world in all its pain, to love yourself in all your exquisite imperfection. And that however you make that love real, today and tomorrow and in all the days to come, it will be enough. May it be so, and amen. Let's rise once more in body or spirit and sing together, Joy to the World.